Hi, welcome to Let's Talk About Love Stories from Everywhere. I'm your host, Jill Ferguson, and I have super special guests with me today. I'm so excited about this. I have some of the principal players of the movie The Love Doctor, which is coming out this fall. I believe it's in November with a premiere in North Carolina at the end of October, right?
South Carolina.
South Carolina. I'm sorry.
No worries.
South Carolina. You know, I had that written in my notes originally, and on one of the websites it said North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, okay. I wrote it down wrong.
We're really close. In North Carolina, really close.
Yeah. So I have Dovie Majors with me, who I met way back in like 2000-ish, I think. And Samantha Cruz and DJ Rowell.
Yes.
And he is apparently the man of this project, right? You wrote it, you're the lead. Your foundation is sponsoring it. So tell me a little bit about this. How did this movie come about?
Well, it's an incredible story, and it has to go back almost 8-9 years ago when I met Miss Dovie Majors on tour with Low Cash, a country music artist. And Dovie's her husband, BT, is a radio guru. Help the guys get to where they are today. And fast forward, after the Low Cash days, Dovie and I got together at one of their Christmas parties, and she's like, "What are you up to?" I said, "Funny thing is, I'm doing movies now." And she's like, "Are you serious?" And then we pulled up a previous movie, a Christmas movie, Christmas in Carolina. And we talked about what else we were doing, the philanthropy, the children's hospitals, and making Christmas happen for them. And the next thing you know, Dovie comes on and becomes our president of operations. She's not producer on The Love Doctor. She's just been incredible. She's a fire starter. She's a bar raiser.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
And you can imagine my
absolutely
surprise I hadn't seen him, right? COVID kept us all in and hadn't seen him in, a few years. And then it's like, what are you doing? Movies? Like, wait a minute. Wait. Let's back up. Tell me what's going on.
Well, and it's amazing to me because you have your fingers in so many pies, right? When we met, you were in management at a particular company, and then you moved on from there to a even bigger international company. Yeah. And now you're CEO, right, of another company, and in Taiwan, I believe.
Yes.
Based. And so when I saw that you were involved in this movie, I was just like, oh my gosh, she's just like all over the place. And so why The Love Doctor? I mean, you wrote the script. Why this subject matter?
Subject matter. Well, love is always something that's going to matter. And a lot of things we go through in love is when you enter love, we're always going to be heartbroken at some point, or devastated, or let down, unmet expectations. And how do you recover and navigate through those complexities? And that's something I wanted to share with the world. I wanted to share with my community. I wanted to share with everyone just how that looks on everyone, because it's different with each of us. And so throughout the story, you'll see our characters all dealing with love in different perspectives and how they respond to those unmet expectations while still trying to stay positive. We all do it. So I think The Love Doctor was perfect for the world at this point. And again, I'm thankful for my team. The moment I showed it to him, the moment I showed it to Dovie, she was immediately like, I'm in,
So you showed her the script and she was in? Or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they read kind of the overview to me and gave me the synopsis. And, I think it's important when you talk about second chances, and sometimes we just say that's for love, but second chances, we all face second chances. It's a part of life. And how do you embrace that second chance? How hard will you fight for your second chance? Like when you get those signals and those signs. And so it's a subject I could either talk about it in terms of leadership, which is where you met me, like, right, talking about leadership, but it's also the same subject matter when it comes to love.
Yeah. That's an excellent point. right? Because we do that. I mean, almost every day we start over with something. Not just the idea of facing a new day, but the way we interact with people can be different or new, and all the new people that we meet every day, online and in person. I think it's just amazing. So your script is not based on the 1954 movie by the same name, right?
No.
It's all original. Well, we just want to make sure that people don't think it's a reboot.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, we had IMDb gave us a time to go with that name, just making sure it wasn't any continuation of that movie, the imagination of it. But no, Love Doctor is an original from us, by us.
Yeah. And when did you shoot this film? What years?
We shot this actually at the end of the December 1st. We shot it last year.
Okay.
Yeah, December. Oh. We got it done pretty quickly.
I was going to say, if you said December 1st, that does seem like it's pretty quick.
But we were we had airing since around February of last year, as far as casting, as far as, getting, having the script and getting familiar with it. So, we had roughly around 10 months to prepare.
Okay.
We were ready.
So that's a lot of table readings and things.
Yeah. Table reads make excellent preparation.
Yeah. And where did you shoot?
We shot in Columbia, South Carolina, of all places, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Not a very common place to shoot anything, but to film there was incredible for that community, for that state, my hometown state. But South Carolina is just not a hub for film. So we were all...
And it really worked out. Like, what was crazy to me are all those connections. Again, a theme of love. Love, typically, there'll be connections that you hadn't thought about. And with this movie, like me and my son, we actually lived in Aiken, South Carolina, not too far from there, for 9 years. And it's just like all of this, you think small town, but it's amazing what rolls through these small towns. And so I was like, look at these connections. The film are filmographers, like, they are also connected to South Carolina. So pretty crazy.
Oh, that's amazing. And you just shout out to your son, right? Jalen's in the film.
Jalen is in the film. So it's like my first film executive producing debut, but it was his first time. Now, he's a seasoned model, but it was his first time on screen. So it was really nice to kind of be there when he got his first.
And how excited is he about his debut film coming out? Let's see.
He is over the moon, like super excited about it. And he just was like, it's just amazing, full circle how life turns. And, I was asking about his perspective on it. And he did some interviews where he talked about, not being typecast as a particular kind of actor, that your role is a specific role because of your ethnicity. And for him, it was really cool for the role he played. And he just said all of the actors, how articulate everyone is. And it's just, it's really mainstream. And he really loved that. He loved that idea.
Well, that's wonderful. Who directed the movie? Did you direct the movie too, or no?
It's Larry T.C. Carson. Most people know T.C. Carson from Living Single. He's the voice made an actor for Star Wars. Mace Windu is also the voice of Kratos, one of PlayStation's all-time selling highest revenue generated games. He's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. When my son met him, the first thing he said was, "Can you do the voice?" So I had to play this game
that all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. He did. He said that. He goes, "They always ask me that."
And that voice, he can't get away from it. He lives in that voice. That voice is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And how did you get him involved in your film?
TC and I worked along together on a previous film project, and we hit it off immediately. And we remained friends for about 3 years, and we just stayed close. I always asked, very inquisitive. Dovie would tell you I will ask a million questions. And
questions. This is my second son, by the way. So.
Yeah. That is my bonus mother for sure. And after those 3 years, I just knew that he wanted, the one thing that he hasn't done, Jill, in his 30, almost 40 plus years of acting, he hasn't produced and he hasn't directed. He's done everything under the, you know.
Yeah.
This is the one thing he hasn't done. So this was an incredible directorial debut for him as well. And you can imagine all of the people who are rooting TC on, who never really thought he would be in that position. So it was awesome to open up those opportunities for all of us. You know, we're first time producers, first time director. You know, Jalen got his first start. He's a seasoned, a very seasoned model, and well recognized as well. But this is our first time. This was his first time being in front of that screen. This was my first time juggling being a lead and producing, which was different. It's not the same, you know. It's a lot more challenges, you know.
And did you find, since you wrote the script too, did you find that as you were in the middle of all of it, right? Did you ever change lines or say, "Oh, wait, this didn't work the way I was expecting it to"?
Well, there's absolutely there are moments where things just didn't, you know, they don't come off as natural or authentic, and you have to just, you know, allow in acting, it's responses, you know, and sometimes it doesn't come across how you thought it would land on the page, but when you are in the moment, maybe you feel something different. And we not everybody does this, but we gave our performers, you know, that freedom to roam, that freedom to play. That's what TC likes to call it. We get to play, and we get freedom to play, and I think it made out for a better film chemistry and camaraderie.
I feel like it does, right? I mean, that's, you hear all those stories about Robin Williams and how his directors always gave him the wiggle room to change things if needed, and it created these amazing, like, you know, performances, or even the voices like Aladdin that he did, right?
And being on the set with him and Will Ferrell, people who are known to just go off script and go with what they feel.
And I think there's something you said about allowing that creative process to unfold that way, right? That it makes it more powerful for everybody.
Yes, it does. It does.
And for me, like the person kind of behind the scenes, having seen the script and then seeing them bring it to life, what I can tell you is everyone stayed true to what DJ put out there. They all stayed true to what he wanted to portray, while they had the wiggle room to make it be natural and come across. I think for me, that was one of the things I took away in the background, was as I watched them, was wow, they all understand the story and what it's supposed to deliver. And even though they may have that wiggle room, they're all delivering his vision. I thought that was pretty cool from my perspective.
And were you there every day for the filming, Dovie?
Most days.
Okay.
Most of the days I was there. And so I told DJ, because again, I'm in Taiwan now. And so I had come back to the US for that. But next time, and again, there will be a next one. So for our next project, you know, those are one of the things I said, hey, I'm going to make sure I schedule time to be there for the full process, because it's absolutely amazing what happens behind the scenes. And again, you've known me for years from a leadership perspective. I have so many takeaways that I can compare to leadership. And when I think about, you know, what I'll do when I hit that phase of retirement and how I'm going to give back, and it's giving back to leaders, I think I want to take with me these stories from behind the scenes of, you know, because all of that is about leadership. All of that is about how to bring a team together. How do you deliver a vision? All of that is in filmmaking.
Talk for a little bit, just a few seconds, about what exactly the producer does, right? Because we always see that at the end of films and TV shows. And I think a lot of people think a producer does things that the producer doesn't do, right? If you're not in the film industry or the TV industry, I took a producing class once, and I would at it was actually at the LA Film Writers conference, and I was just amazed at all of the stuff the producer does, right? And so talk to me a little bit about that. What was your role?
Yeah, I think the key is being that voice that has to bring reason into it. You've got to think about budget. Because you've got people who are doing the creative side, that executive producers thinking about, okay, but are we delivering what we set out to deliver within the time frame, within the budget range, within the, like, all of these other things play into that. And someone has to be that voice of reason, right? Of course, people want, to go off and build their most creative thing that they're so excited and passionate about, but someone has to rein that in and kind of bounce off, right? And I think that's the opportunity. And I think that's where the leadership skills are is, in a team, right? You always want to encourage your team to go out and achieve, but you also have to be the sounding board to bring reason into where they're going and make sure the path stays toward, hey, this is what we set out to do with this film. Yeah. And so I think, but when you work with a crew like, I'm not the only EP on this one. DJ was an EP as part of it as well. Samantha was also EP on this. Sharon, who's not on today with us, EP behind it. And what's crazy is a lot of it also reminded me of my parents own their own company. They had a car lot growing up. And when you're the CEO of your own company, you're doing whatever it takes to get it done. And I think you have to drop that little title onto EP as well. And I would say Sharon and Samantha really embody that because they took on multiple roles just to make sure this thing got done.
Yeah. And that was the piece that really surprised me in the producing class I took was like, okay, so it's basically like you're in charge of overseeing everything or anything down to the minutest detail that needs to be handled to the
I ran to get water
stuff.
one day.
Yeah.
I did the water run one day. It was like, what do we need? Yeah. Okay, I'm in my car. I'm gone. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
We did everything we had to from top to.
Your film was not produced by a studio, right? It's an independent film.
Yes. We this film ourselves along with the Fisher brothers, Fisher Films, and we had done some previous work together. So we've both been fans of each other as far as our work, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity with everybody coming together. Like Dovie said, it was a perfect storm. It really was. Yeah. It was a perfect storm. I really enjoyed this.
And you have a foundation, so tell me a little bit about your foundation because it's listed as one of the producers of this film. So, right. So tell me about your foundation.
We are Youth Advocate Foundation. We also support children's hospitals and help empower communities that are poverty-stricken. One of the greatest things that I think that we could do is inspire other people. And what we don't just say that. For instance, during this film, we took 5 of our ambassadors and they got credit from school to work the production, to be interns on a real hands-on experience that, it's like once high school students being able to be a part of a film and not just a film that has been globally picked up and, with distribution. It was amazing. It's incredible. The foundation is doing better than it's ever done in year 9. Again, myself, Ms. Dovie Majors, our president of operations, our executive producer on the Love Doctor, Samantha Cruz as well, who was our PLC. So we kept it in the family all together and we kept moving. But ultimately, to just make a long story short, our foundation is all about giving and showing your. And we do that in many ways. One of our biggest initiatives is our holiday backpack drive, where we deliver to the children's hospitals with a special acknowledgement with the Ronald McDonald House.
Okay. And
just last year, I think we tipped over 10,000 backpacks with the help of.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. We go there during Christmas to provide to them for the holidays, and we've just been having a good time. This is our here.
And is it in a specific regional area?
No, it was regional until Ms. Dovie Majors came on board and took it.
So now it's national?
Yes, it's national.
Okay. Wow.
I think we've hit about 30 states, if I'm not mistaken. And LA, Los Angeles, we've been there the last couple of years as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you work with the film industry here too?
In LA?
Yeah.
Well, we work with the actors there in LA.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my son is signed in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So where do you see your foundation going in the future? expansion wise, and
we'd like to have chapters everywhere. Right now, we have over 40 members with from Phoenix, Arizona, to Chicago, Illinois, to Taiwan, South Carolina. Where we see this going is nationwide, and we want a chapter in every state. We want members in every state. We want to continue growing our programs and touching more children, more families, more people, and inspiring more people to give. But in year 9, next year will be 10 years. We're just looking to expand. We're looking to grow. We're looking to empower more people.
Yeah. And when you talk about the backpacks, do you have corporate sponsors that donate stuff for them, or is it individuals?
We have all of that. We have a partnership with Microsoft. We have a partnership with Amazon. We have some smaller corporations as well, with Greystone in Atlanta. And when we're not with corporate sponsors all year long, we are constantly selling and, just promoting and sharing with people why this is a cause worthy of at least acknowledgement, because it's bigger than ourselves. So not only do we have corporate sponsors, but we allow individual sponsors to make their impact as well.
Nice. Dovie, you were going to say more about that?
I was going to say, I think what's incredible is not just engaging those corporate sponsors, but also that personal element. And what I really think is unique about the DJ Rowell Foundation is really connecting to that grassroots of giving. And so oftentimes when you're giving, it's just, okay, I sent a check, but I'm hoping that it went to something good. And what I really love about DJ Rowell Foundation is in our programs, and we invite everyone to come out. So if you want to be part of backpack delivery, meet us at the Ronald McDonald House at this location at this time. And what's cool about it is I've gone and met with Ronald McDonald, like with the leaders as DJ have, and talked to them about, hey, when these folks come in, let's give them a tour of the Ronald McDonald House. So it's not just the DJ Rowell Foundation. We're connecting people also to another charitable opportunity, which is the Ronald McDonald House. And so it's, hey, let's do this tour. And I really, think people get that takeaway, or they walk away with, wow, when you think about that sick child during Christmas time, oftentimes we'll say, wow, that child is sick. But what we miss sometimes is, what about those children that truly have like some chronic type illnesses? It doesn't just impact them, it impacts the entire family. And so what's the need of that entire family? Because that family, likely with the medical bills and the things that they're going through, they don't have the whereabout to be taking care of Christmas gifts for their other kids, right? So what's happening for the other siblings? And I think we probably miss that. We all probably don't think about that impact. And so I think this really brings things and makes it really real for you to be there in person and to see your impact. So not just having an impact, but seeing an impact.
Beautiful.
So speaking of impact, right, is if the film, let's say when the film makes money, right, because it will, does part of the proceeds go to the foundation?
We'll always make a way for the foundation to benefit from everything that we're doing. Everything that we do is about benefiting someone else and benefiting something that's bigger than us. And since one of the reasons also is that we own the movie, Dovie own the movie. We did license it globally with Bridgestone Media Group, and that will be out streaming everywhere. And we're very, 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 very confident that it's going to do really good and really big numbers with just the talent alone. We've been promoting like there's nobody's business, We've been interviewing before the movie even was finished. So we're really pumped about the excitement and all the support behind us. And we think this is going to do really well.
And your trailer released about a week ago, maybe a little longer. Yeah, I saw it. I was excited about that. I'm sorry?
How'd you feel about the trailer?
I love the trailer. I thought it was great. It really piqued my interest. And I could see, based on the trailer, right, I could see this stream on so many different possibility channels, like everything from Hallmark and Lifetime to, the big Netflix, Amazon kind of things. And of course, all of those have little subsections on the bigger streaming platforms. But do you know where it's going to be available?
On most streaming platforms right now. I'm aware that it's going to be peeking through Peacock, Amazon, Apple, Roku, and Encourage TV.
Okay.
So we're already out the gate. We're starting with some pretty strong partners, So we're really excited. And I also wanted to mention to you, we also have the beautiful Kelly S. Williams, known to the world as Laura Winslow. She is also part of it. So that's going to help with a lot of visibility. She's also an incredible talent as well.
Yeah.
So will the movie show up other than the debut that's in South Carolina? Will it be in theaters too, or no? We
opted out of the theaters to give a personal feel.
Yeah.
And, we wanted to be a part of it with people. So we put together a 5-city tour through DC, through Tampa, through South Carolina, Phoenix, and Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah.
All throughout October.
Why Phoenix? Out of those, I mean, you're like in the South, in the East, and that makes sense to me. Why Phoenix?
Believe it or not, outside of one of our executive producers being in Phoenix, we've always gotten really strong support from Phoenix. Quite a few of our members are from Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix has just supported not only the foundation, but myself and my personal career like none other. And some states just do that for you. And Phoenix was a no-brainer when we were putting together.
Okay. And so the movie, would you call it a romantic comedy? I know it's a Christmas movie or a holiday film, right? At least it seemed to be that way.
Yes, I would say it's more comedy than it is a holiday. The holiday is really in the back, like a backdrop on the movie. Yeah. However, every scene is not, Merry Christmas, Happy Days, just in the background. It's more for love, the romance, the comedy. It really actually goes on throughout New Year's. So we didn't just stay in the holiday space.
So it's not going to be one of those movies that only shows up in the holiday time on the streaming services. Like, here's your,
No. Well, Dovie can say this as well. That's one of the things that we were intentional about, so that people can watch this movie all year round, not just once a year during the holiday. Now, maybe during Valentine's Day, or maybe during July. Yeah. And it's got just enough holiday to where, you can always enjoy that piece. But love is above all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The promotion team in DC was even like, oh, I would love to. They wanted the trailer out so early because they wanted to do a Christmas in July thing, or Love in July or something. They were like, oh, I know we could do this in July. So it's definitely tailored to meet anytime. And again, second chances, connections, romantic comedy, fun.
And you said there's more projects coming. What's next on the agenda, once this is out the door completely, or maybe you're already starting something?
We're supposed to be shooting in January if we can get the boss to clear us, Ms.
Okay.
Dovie.
And are you making a similar type film, or is it completely different?
I'll have to leave that to, again, Ms. Dovie Majors, as we collaborate very closely with the direction of the film. But we are strategic with how we began. We do want to make a turn at some point, but I'll allow her to speak and expand more on that.
Yeah. And like I said, DJ said it well, right? And so we want to think about, we don't want to, box ourselves into only a certain type of movie. So again, for me, kind of being EP, I'm like always thinking about that. How do we keep ourselves relevant? And so this time around, like, I'm willing to hear what the team wants to pitch. And then we'll, as we've done already, I think that's the biggest thing, is that we collaborate very well. And it's always funny because I feel like when they come to me, they already know the answer. Because when they bring it, I can tell they already feel a little bit of a certain way. And I guess I'm just validating I'm bringing validation to what they already know, like something isn't the right direction, or this isn't the right partnership we should do right now. And, here's where we're going with our movie. This is what we should be thinking about. So I think when you have that type of chemistry as a team, like that's really wonderful. And it allows you to definitely hit your vision, be creative, but also maximize the potential of everyone involved.
So, but you said it could be as early as January. So that means to me that there's probably a treatment or a script floating around somewhere, right?
Yeah. And this team, I will tell you is I'm impressed with, and again, Jill, you know me from the leadership side, so you know my background around efficiency and productivity. Yes. This team is very productive. And, the speed in which we can go from original pitch to script to film is really quite amazing for the team that we are. Like, the fact that we're really a grassroots grown team and not this major, production company out there with all this money to whirl around and throw at people to get it done. We've done it in a very efficient way, but been true to the stories that we're trying to tell.
Well, I always feel like if that's the space you're in, right, and it's not that there's all this money floating around and, you have a lot of room to do things and then reshoot things, which you don't want to get into that kind of situation, right? Because it wastes a lot of money and time, is that the nimbleness of all of it makes it work better, right? You have to be efficient. You have to have a very clear vision of what you want to do and deliver that. I tend to be a person who works the same way. So it's like, it's like, oh, we need to get this done. And so we're going to do this. And we get a clear vision of it and go forward. So I think that's exciting.
Absolutely. That follow through was serious.
Yeah.
And what else would you like people to know about the film, about either of you?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I would say we haven't said enough. Like, DJ is so humble. He hasn't really, I feel like, taken enough credit for just the wonderful human being that he is. And I really get behind, people who just like you do in leadership, right? You have those rising stars that you find yourself getting behind because you really believe in the direction that they're going. And for someone to be so selfless in terms of how he approaches life, I think is fantastic. And I think in this day and time, we need more of that. And so I got behind him, originally for the foundation, the DJ Rowell Foundation. And like he said, he's going into his 10th year there. And it all started with giving. And then to come, now to be a part of an opportunity of this film project with him. And again, this is just the beginning for us. We're talking more projects after this. For me, I think, DJ, you don't give yourself enough credit as a young man. Early 30s, like just 30s. And you don't give yourself enough credit for just really being this wholesome individual who's thought about giving, and then taking your craft and getting behind your craft. In leadership classes, I always talk about people, you need to be the CEO of your own career. And if I could look that up in the dictionary, I'd find a picture of DJ, because he's someone that's not waiting for someone to make it happen for him. Yeah. He's going out himself and making it happen. And so for me, I would say if there's anything that hasn't been said yet is DJ, you hadn't given yourself enough credit. But that's DJ, right? And that's why I enjoy being a part of supporting you. For me, myself, I think, I once read that Jeff Bezos had always said people need a side hustle. And I thought, what in the world? And then I go back and I look at this guy's career and I look at, wow, he was like successful on the stock market. And then he just like put that to the side and threw his eggs in a basket, and his mom's and dad's eggs too, and said, I got this idea about this company I want to start. And so, for me, myself, like I'm always, looking for what are those opportunities that can naturally take the things that you naturally do well and then help you help others. I think a big part of me is I feel very obligated to help others. And this has been a niche for me and an opportunity for me to have that side hustle outside of my 9-to-5 CEO responsibilities to come over in this lane and have an opportunity to do something that's so excited with wonderful individuals like DJ Samantha Cruz. I can't say enough about either. Fantastic leader, also busy in her own rights in her 9-to-5, who's making time in this space. So for me, I would say, yeah, everyone should have a side hustle, and
I firmly believe that. So
everyone should have one. Find your side hustle, build on that passion, and at the end of the day, be the CEO of your own career.
Wow.
I was going to say, you want to add anything to that?
Jill,
besides all the love she showed you.
And first of all, I love you, Dovie. Thank you so much for all of the support and all of the encouragement and the confidence that you've instilled over the years. Jill, it's one of those things where you find yourself being passionate about something and you see it so clearly. And people behind you, people around you, they hoist you up and give you that propel that you're looking for. Dovie has been that person. Samantha has been that person. You know, our whole team has been those people for all of us. And I'm telling you, Jill, things have worked so well just because we all we all can see a vision. And, you know, just like a team, we all are individuals coming together with a collective, the collective idea of what that is going to be. And I've enjoyed it. I've really, this is our first time producing. We've already been deemed successful by way of getting this movie sold, getting out, getting credited talent, you know, proven talent, and showing the world what we can do. You know, if you just come together and you find something you're passionate about and you get purposeful about it and you move towards it and you take those steps and you're able to articulate that to people, your team, you know, people around you, and then you bring them into it, and all of a sudden they're doing things that they never expected themselves to be doing, and they're loving it. You know, this has been in a whirlwind of joy and excitement and more love. You know, I'm more determined than I've ever been, and I'm just excited for what's to come. You know, so many people have been inspired by just making it happen, you know, and Dovie beat me to her amazing quote, being the CEO of your own life. I was going to say that, and she beat me. Right. But we are all the CEOs of our own lives. You know, we have done, man, I don't want to get too emotional about it, but wow, what an opportunity, you know, that you don't get that every day to do with people that you love. Everybody has don't usually work 9-to-5s with people that you care about, or you grew up, or just you have that bond. All of us are really close and really family and love to see each other shine. And we're doing
wonderful. So before we wrap up, I have to ask this question. You know, that necklace you have on, did you get that before you became the Love Doctor or after?
I got it just before I became the Love Doctor, and it's also symbolic of our foundation. It's the Purple Heart, but you will see this in the movie. You know, we are always, if we get a chance to self-promote in any way, we're going to self-promote. But yeah, this is now symbolic of the Love Doctor and the DJ Rowell Foundation.
Is your foundation selling those?
Yes. No. We can't.
No.
That's a good idea, though, Jill. DJ, I'm taking a note.
Yeah.
But Jill, if you decide to join the foundation, I think we can find one just perfect for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. Anything else you'd like people to know about the movie?
Follow us, man. The Love Doctor movie. Like, check Facebook, Instagram, IMDb. Get out there and find us. Follow us. You'll see the trailer. Right now, streaming on all of our social media.
Okay.
And
it's on LinkedIn too. I saw. Is it on
LinkedIn.
X and Blue Sky or no? Twitter or TikTok? Any of those?
We're on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, just about every social. November 4th. We want everybody to know November 4th is our release date. So
November 4th.
So if we go to Amazon on November 4th, we can find it maybe, or Peacock.
You guys can find it.
Okay.
And following those social medias, we'll be blasting anyway, because we want everybody to stay ready so they can see it on time. So we can share all those comments almost simultaneously, that momentum, and everybody watching it at the same time who weren't able to participate in the premieres.
That's fabulous. I love that idea.
Yeah, I was going to say follow the socials so you can also find out where these, we've already gave you the location of the premieres, but as ticket sales open for those premieres, if you're in one of those cities or want to travel to one of the cities there, please do get your ticket, go. It's amazing. Right now you will see people getting their golden tickets. And so we've been getting videos of people opening their golden tickets for the Marion, South Carolina release, which is already has tickets that are selling and selling fast. So we're really excited about the entire thing. And I think, again, it has the true touch of the Love Doctor, which is the engagement with people and really, really bringing people into being part of this dream together with us.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'll put a link to the movie in the notes for the show. And
that'd be amazing. And get your ticket.
Okay.
Get your ticket.
You can pop over to Phoenix for it. That would,
Jill, that'd be incredible. That would be incredible. That's just a skip and a hop for you.
Yeah, it is. I looked at the Marion, North or South Carolina date, but I'm officiating a wedding that day in Virginia, so I'm not going to be able to be there for that.
And so close.
I'm sorry.
And so close, Virginia.
Yeah.
Did you say a wedding, Jill?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Talk about side hustles, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on my show. I appreciate it, and I will tag you guys in all when it goes out on social and everything. And thank you. I just appreciate you taking the time this morning, and of course the night for you, Dovie.
No problem.
And it's been so much fun talking to you both.
Thank you, Jill. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for having us. And it was good to connect again. We haven't connected in a while, so it's really good to connect again, and we'll stay in touch.